Okay, so this is basically for an opponent that's trying to smash you. So he's like coming really aggressively and you're trying to stop him, but he's really aggressive and you can't, like he's just constantly coming forward, right? So, and you end up, let's say, losing. You lose this. So now you have a split second. If he's really dipping his shoulder in, this is really hard to break up, right? So there's a lot of things you can do here. I prefer in the gi to grip. Some guys like the overhook. I prefer the grip. So he's smashing me, and you could pull his shoulder to give you some relief, but I like to get under the collar or just pull the gi. And as I pull, I frame on his hip like this. So he's still coming forward. So he's coming forward. And then what I want to do is this left leg inside, you want to hook it here, but you don't have to be tight. And you want to plant this foot, and you want to start hipping up escape. So give me some more pressure. So he's going to pressure, and your goal is to get your butterfly hook under. So now you're under here, okay? So it doesn't have to be that deep, but just your hook is here. He's still kind of coming forward here, all right? So as I explained last time, okay, if I try to just sweep him like this, okay, go hard. It's very hard to sweep him. He's light. If it was like some tall guy like Raymond or some heavy guy, it's impossible. What I need to do is to use the leverage of his foot. Everyone see this foot? Okay. So as I get my hook here and I'm pressing, I'm using both hands, he's pressuring, he's gonna pressure my shoulder. I want to use the leverage of this foot. I want to try to escape so my hip is at the side. And using this foot, I want to lift up, and using this foot, I want to kick off this foot. This is what gives me leverage to get on top of it. Okay, so watch, let me show you what I see. The biggest mistake in butterfly guide for beginners is they try to do this. Or they try to do this. They just leave it like here. What you want to do is as you lift up, you want to go off this. Remember I told you in Jiu-Jitsu, we never roll this way. How do we roll? We roll on our shoulder with our hip off the ground. So you want to go up like this. So as you're kicking up, you're using this momentum this way. You want to go up like this. Use this foot to push off. Okay? So let's try that, and then I'll give you some variations. This way, what happens to my leg? My leg gets light. Okay? This is just like in judo. If I press this way, which is the light leg? This leg is light. So I want him to pressure me. Okay? So watch. If I'm here, and he's like this, and especially wrestling, in JJ there's not many wrestlers, but in America there's a lot of wrestlers. They'll take the shoulder and they'll throw it in like this. It's heavy, right? So I can pull here, but I prefer to grab the gi and then give a little frame. Just try to really crush me. The more he comes inside, look how light this leg is. It's light. Plant my foot. I can hip escape, more pressure. Give me more pressure. The more he pressures me, look how light his leg is. It takes so little effort for me to throw him. So I want him to pressure me. In fact, if he's, okay, don't pressure me too hard. If he's like this, you know what I like to do is I'll take this and I'll pull him towards me. Because when I pull him towards me, I have a split second where this leg is light. And I use this leg, and I throw, and I get up. And I'm going to follow him all the way through. Okay? Now, two things you got to be careful about. If they're like a brown or black belt, and they're like this, and they're pressuring you, and you try to grab them, they're pulling here. No, you want to, you're framing. A lot of times what they'll do is if they're good, and you give this elbow, they're going to pull this elbow up. So this is a common move. They'll just go right to. So your elbow has to be tucked in, okay, really, really tight, tuck in, so I can't pull. So if I put my weight here, now you can't sweep me this way. Where should you go? What should you do? First grab my. Okay, so you're pressing here. I'm putting my weight here, and I'm trying to press him this way. Now, okay, now you want to hip escape that way. And then use this leg to try to drive over. Now, I'm gonna stop you, okay? So when I push, now get your hook under. When I push, you wanna get this hook under when my body goes there. When I push here, switch it, no, switch. No, sorry, I meant this. Yeah. So I'm pushing And when you get here, as I push, you want you to lift up. So when I'm pushing this way, usually you want to sweep me that way. But when I push this way, if you lift up my leg, what happens? Lift up my leg. So one thing important in Jiu-Jitsu is humans, we don't press like this. We press like this, or we press like that. If you press this way, what's light? The leg is light. If you go back, what's light? The upper body's light. Right? Humans don't press like this. You know, I don't know why beginners always think this. Maybe I thought this too, but humans don't press like this. We press like this. Okay, so watch. I'm gonna pressure Keisha. If you see when I pressure him, look at the shoulder. I'm gonna drive into him and look at my butt. You see my butt go up? Okay, now, if he waits too long, what happens? He'll tap. Why? Because this is very heavy pressure. So he has a split second. When I'm pressuring him this way, my butt will go up. That's when the hook is. Okay, ready, go. Lift up the hook, hook. You see that? So you want to kind of wait. In other words, this is a trick. You're tricking them to pressure you, but you have your leg and arm ready. Because again, humans don't press like this, we press like that. Okay, very important in Jiu-Jitsu. Okay, so here's another tip. So I'm here, and he's like pressuring me. Sometimes I do this. I pull this out, and I get this grip. I just pull. Now, if I pull him this way, he doesn't like it. So what is he going to do? He's going to go that way. As he goes that way, look at this leg. There's space. Right? I'm holding him here, but it doesn't matter. There's space. I can do the same speed. Sometimes, same way. Sometimes he doesn't like it, so he puts his head on this side. Okay, and he's pressuring me. Then I grab here. I can grab this side. I just pull the gi and I pull this way. Press his head, check up. He's pressuring me here, right? And as he's pressuring me, I take my hand, I press his head, I do the same thing. I just need this hook. Watch. I press the head. Now this leg becomes so light. Okay, so the goal is you can use lapel, you can use top. Try to think creatively. They will pressure top. Your goal is just to get that foot in there. Get your foot in there and turn them. All right? So let's try it this time. I want you to play around with this. Try this. Okay. Sometimes this grip comes. This is even better. If he goes like this and you have this is even better. You get this grip, you take your elbow, you pull the elbow tight. Now he's stuck. And then try to pressure me. I take my hand, I press his head, I escape again, get my hook under, go, press. Can't. I just have to lift this up. Right? So I pull, I press this way. So try to get used to in the gi. Learn how to pull, grab the gi, and learn how to push. In no gi, we do this. We pull the elbow, pull the shoulder. But in gi, you could do that. But it's actually easier if you pull the gi actually itself. Pull, press out. Okay? So let's try that, pulling the gi one more time. Try one on each side. Ready, us?